What's up, everybody? Welcome back to My Twisted Life and TV. I am Poetry. You are here for another recap and review of The Handmaid's Tale. You got it right. You didn't read it wrong. This is episode 3. I'm a day late on getting episode 3 to you, but this is episode 3. Episode 4 will post on Thursday, as I originally stated. It will not post until probably 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or around that time. Depends on how fast my internet loads. So it's probably going to be around your lunchtime when you see episode 4 post. We will announce the giveaway winner at that time. At 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the giveaway closes for entries. Right now, we only got 6 people. So, you got a good chance. What they are winning is the original Handmaid's Tale book, along with the second book called The Testament. And it was available to U.S. residents, all the territories, all the West Indian islands, Mexico, Canada, UK, and anybody that can get stuff from UK Amazon, then you are eligible to have been in this competition. But again, it closed at 11:59 p.m. You have to go back to the first video for this season to find out what all you need to input for the giveaway rules. If you don't follow the rules, if you miss one step, you are not included. That's how I work around here. Okay, episode 3. Now, what I love about this show is how they have the ability to use all of our senses in order to set the stage. We had an episode before where they had all the sounds were being, reiterated out through the doggone show that played a vital part in how we felt as viewers. This episode is no different. The directors are masterful with the visual, the music score, and all the other auditory noises in this episode. They were absolutely magnificent. A lot of people kept telling me, wait till you get to episode 3. Wait till you get to episode 3. Well, I got to episode 3 and I understand. I'm not even sure if I understand it the way that y'all understand it. But they were just displayed so beautifully. I could smell the stench of fear coming from June. I could smell the sweat in that hot box that she was put in. I could smell the anger that covered Aunt Lydia as she made her way into the room each time with June. You could smell it. You could smell it through your TV screen. Oh, I could smell it. It was like death was knocking on her door, but whose death was the question? This episode right here, baby, we open up. We open up with the sounds of tires moving across the ground. Each bump in the road sounding like a heartbeat. You could hear the wind whisk past your ear. It was getting thick. It was getting heavy because it was carrying you back to a familiar but different place. A place where terror and torture awaited. But then you realize it's not the wind at all. What that is the labored breaths coming from June. She's shackled into the back of that truck. Her mouth is bound with that leather gag cover her so she can't speak. But you can still hear her moans. You can still hear her muffled screams mixing in with the clink, 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 clink of all the chains in the truck as it hits hard bumps and she thrusts it forward and that choker grab her neck and it allows her to push forward, but it keeps her locked there, and then she has to get her breath again. She tried to free herself, but she just couldn't do it. Even though she knew she couldn't, she had to try anyway, right? Then we get an aerial shot of all these dense woods. Then all of a sudden you see a lone vehicle peek through the density of the trees, traveling along a road that seems never ending, kind of signifying to us that she in this alone. She in the thick of it, nowhere to go. That's what that told me, right? The truck slows down. Heavy breathing from June. Quiet voices outside of the truck begin to speak under his eye. Soft footsteps come near the back of the truck. Heavy breathing. Clear. The truck moves on. It was just a checkpoint. They pull up into this old factory, it seems, right? June could see where she's entering through the front of the truck. She's going through a well-lit tunnel. The guardians all along the pathway up against the walls, right? The truck stops again. Door slam. And then at the back of the truck stands Nick. He sighs. They look. They exchange looks, exchange glances, but they didn't exchange any words. He climbs in. She breaks her stir. He moves in close enough to smell her, right? Close enough for her to feel the heat coming from his skin. He glances at the bruising on her forehead. Bruises that she shouldn't even have because she didn't resist, okay? When they captured her. I'm thoroughly disgusted, right? My stomach is turning. There's a knot filling up in my throat because of his proximity to her. He reaches his hand behind her neck, and I'm like, I know the hell he not trying to comfort her. I know he not. He wouldn't. He sure wouldn't. He was removing the shackle from around her neck. She breathes again, straighten up her back a little, right? You know what I'm saying? Then he tells her the baby's breath is safe and in custody. And I don't know about you, but in custody in Gilead has never equated to safe to me. But okay, she lets out a sigh of relief. Another baby saved. And so we think, okay? Everybody else is still at large. And they think that they on their way to another safe house. Then he fixed his lips to say, if you don't tell me where they are, I can't help you. And I say, fuck you, Nick. That's how I was feeling right there. That was my immediate response, y'all. You know, fuck you and the horse that you rode in on. Help her as if you've had all this time, all these years to help her for real. But have you? Okay, anyway. June's eyes. She said, nope, not happening. I ain't telling you nothing, partner. Then you hear slow, unbalanced footsteps coming through the doggone corridor, right? And then you see this white light. And through the white light looks like this lady that was on the movie Poltergeist that was sitting there telling Carol Ann, come into the light, Carol Ann, come into the light. It's Aunt Lydia. June shoots eyes back at Nick. Like, really, bitch? That's what we doing? That's what we doing? If that ain't what she was feeling, that's what I was feeling. I sure was, right? Hello, dear. That's Aunt Lydia, right? The sweet evil that drips off that lady's lips. She thanks Nick, right? Presents herself as one of June's guardian angels. I was like more like the devil incarnate, you know what I'm saying? He was an angel, but he ain't the one you want coming for you, you know what I'm saying? So then Nick, you know, he's like, be strong in the Lord and in the strength of his might. And I was like, you might as well told Hopper to beat me. In the strength, you could have said something nicer like, have mercy, something like that. Not the strength of his might, you know, Then the drum cadence picks up, matching the rhythm of June's heart. Aunt Lydia's pace quickens. They go down this little red lit corridor. The highway to hell is what I like to call it, right? June's breath is unsteady. Her eyes darting to and fro. Her chains are clanking. You hear chains clanking from other rooms. There are other people there. There's others there. Metal clanks. Heavy doors open. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun dun. That's how the beat going on. Dun 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 dun. All you needed was a faraway scream. Ah! Dun 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 dun. The door beeps. Beep. You know. Then the door buzzes. June is thrown into a dimly lit room with no windows, high walls, and she groans as she falls into the solitary table in the middle of the room. Aunt Lydia closes the door, breathes in, licks her lips, and then knocks the cowboy shit out of June. Baby, she hit her. When she hit her, I said, bitch. I yelled just like that. Like the people in my house was like, what is going on? I was like, oh wait. June had that look on her face like, I'm gonna fuck you up if I get out of here. I'm gonna fuck you up. Aunt Lydia, she like, you wicked, selfish girl. You didn't think about those children. You didn't think about the families you ripped apart. You didn't even think about how I would feel. This ain't about you, boo. This ain't about you. But if you hit me one more again, it will be. That's how June was looking at her. See, June, you should have let Emily kill her. You should have let Emily kill her when she had the chance. Then the guardian enter. You know, I call them ninja guardians. They was all full cloaks, gloves, and C-19 mask on and everything. At first I was like, why do you looking like ninjas? But then I thought about it. They filming doing C-19, so some of these people might want to be protected. If you notice through this episode, every single guardian had a face mask on. Every last one of them. Okay, so anywho, the guardians strap her to a table. Then in comes Lieutenant Stans with his old creepy grin. That motherfucker never took that grin off his face, right? He got questions for June. I was like, who is this perv? He comes in, gets straight to the point. Where are the other handmaids, right? Aunt Lydia say, tell him, why this white light still shining on you? June say, what light? I told you, girl. Carol Ann. Come into the light, Carol Ann. Look at that ass, Aunt Lydia. That's what she's talking about, right? That white light. So creeps to Stan. That's what he's gonna be called from the rest of this doggone review. He then pounds her gut. He says, my bad, lo siento, you good? Come on downstairs, you know. Where are the other handmaids? That's the only question. What's that? You ain't got nothing to say? Cat got your tongue? Alright, cool then. Gentlemen, come on in here. Shall we begin? The four guardians, they post up near the corner of the table, right? Creeps to Stan, begins a prayer and asks for a blessing for what they about to do. I'm like, what the hell is about to happen? Aunt Lydia even turned her back and looked away. Wasn't no tools on the table. Nothing was in his hands. What you about to do, Creepster, right? Aunt Lydia leaves. They tilt the table till she's upside down. He covers her face with a prayer cloth and then pours probably holy water over her doggone face. I was like, they waterboarding her? Is that what we finna do? We waterboarding? You could hear her choking and breathing in the hallway as Aunt Lydia sits out there and needle stitches a little cloth together. Probably a prayer cloth. You know, the one of them doilies ones you could put on your thighs when you're in church. You don't want nobody to see if you dress. That's what it looked like it was. Well, up in Toronto, Luke gets the word that June has been captured. She alive for now, right? Rachel saying, the lady that came in, you know, she got 3 solid sources about June's capture, but she don't think they're gonna get any other info out of them, right? And Luke, it was like Luke didn't hear her because he started saying she gonna get a trial, right? She gonna get sentencing, right? Luke, we may never get those answers, Pop. We may never get those answers. Most likely not. And there ain't nothing that we could do. Nothing. Like, I think Rachel's part of the American ambassadorship that's up there in Canada, right? Okay. So when they got done with June, Aunt Lydia rejoins her and I said, like, girl, you better start talking because, oh boy, he is very determined to get what he wants. And what he wants is to get those handmaids home. June like, this is not their home, Heifer. And it's your damn fault. You promised them safety, and then you sent them out there to be raped and abused over and over and over again. You a failure, Aunt Lydia. Aunt Lydia shoved out her doggone chair. Shut your mouth. And she just kept going. You a failure, ain't you? Look at you, failure. I was like, I'm liking June this episode, y'all. I'm liking June. I ain't changed my overall opinion of her, but I'm liking her right now. You know what I'm saying? She's steadfast, unmovable right now. You know what I'm saying? I wish she could have pointed at her and said, shame, shame, shame. That's what I wanted her to do. That'd have been icing on the cake, right? It'd have been icing on the cake. We didn't get the icing though, but we did get the cherry on top when she said, Lydia. What did you call me? Oh, Lydia. And she said, guess what? I even got your girl, your favorite, Janine. She turned on you in a hot fucking second. So, well, Aunt Lydia had already called Creepster back in. He came in with some pliers, y'all. He about to pull her doggone fingernails out. I said, this mofo had to be with the CIA in his former life. I'm saying, he tell her, look here, we can stop this if you want to. We can stop it at any time. I thought June was about to be a G, be walking around fingernailless and everything. I'm saying, you know, and he's like, okay, go on, stop. Go ahead, go on, stop. You know, I know where they are. They up in Vermont, in a library at this university in Burlington, something like that. I was like, that ain't it, thank God. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even close, but this could buy her some time at least. Then we get that damn stare to the camera. I was like, oh my gosh, that gets on my doggone nerve. So up in Canada, they plan to march for June. You know, no justice, no peace, right? Moira is excited to go, but Luke is like, nah, man. I mean, she in prison and we up here lighting candles. What's up with that? Make it make sense, right? So Moira tell him, you know, we doing everything we can do for her, which is nothing. You know what I'm saying? But it look like, don't rub that shit in. Like, we have no power. Please don't rub it in. So this is all that we can do. Luke is exhausted at that thought, right? You know, he said something that really, like, had me like, damn, you know, damn. He said, did she choose this? Moira was like, what you mean choose this? Because she chose to stay there, right? Knowing she may get caught. Knowing they may kill her. Knowing she may never see me or Jelly Bean again, right? She chose that. So it would be wrong of me to ask God to deliver her from something that she don't want. Okay? Because she could have been free. That's what Luke is trying to say. You know, and I'm not trying to be shady, Luke, but the thought of seeing you again left her mind a long time ago when she fell in love with Nick. Okay, for real. Y'all relationship been over, right? The thought of seeing Jelly Bean again, she kind of feels like it's Serena baby too for the most part. So, you know, that's probably why it was so easy for her to let her go, right? My thing though, it's almost like Luke has forgotten that he has a child with her. Hannah Banana, you know what I'm saying? Have you thought at all that her choice had nothing to do with you? You know what I'm saying? Nothing to do with not seeing you again, but everything to do with seeing Hannah? If I had to be honest, and I will be, I'm going to be honest. You know, I call her selfish and reckless all the damn time. Every single move that she has made has been about Hannah. And I don't know for myself. Like, I criticize the hell out of June, you know what I'm saying? She's a very selfish person, but she's very selfish outside of her acts, you know, within this, you know, rebellion, you know what I'm saying? But if it was my daughter, I probably would be going all out too, without second thought of anybody else as well. I'm gonna have to just be honest about that. I have to be honest about that, you know what I'm saying? Anywho, the gig is up. Aunt Lydia returns. Like, that was not so smart telling us lies like that, right? I don't think Aunt Lydia believed her anyway. Like, I could tell by her reaction. And she's like, oh wait, I ain't gonna never tell you where they are. So Aunt Lydia is saying, I hear you talking, but those are just words. Call the Guardians in again. They come on in, like I say, they dress like they little ninjas and everything. And she quartered off into this elevator. They had flashing lights. Let me get my lights flash. See if I get the flashlights. Flashing lights. That's how the elevator was. It was annoying the hell out of me. If you have problems with your eyes, this is a strobe effect, I just apologize for what I just did. But that's what the hell they did to us on this doggone Handmaid's Tale episode, right? So anyway, she caught it off to a rooftop. The rain is coming down. It's beating hard on her face. You hear helicopter propellers all nearby. Right? Out on the ledge stood two handmaids, shackled, shivering in the rain, just up there. Baby, it is Beth and Sienna from Commander Lawrence's house. I was like, oh, hell no. June was like, oh, hell no. I was like, are they planning to push them off? You know, just to make them just stand there in the rain until their knees give out and they fall. Like, I would lose my shit. I don't like heights like that, okay? Did you see how high that was? Anyway, it seems that he's going to make them the sacrifice for her not telling the truth, right? And I know that has to be hard. It has to be hard to watch somebody else die and you feel somewhat responsible for it. You know what I'm saying? If June feels responsible for it at all. I don't know, her reaction made it seem like she felt a little bit guilty this time. Just a little bit. At least when, you know, when Beth go. Because Creeper Stan say, crazy night, ain't it? You know what I'm saying? Where they at? Where them damn handmaids at? Where they at? Where they at? Beth say, don't say nothing, June. Man, he did not miss a beat. He walked right up, pushed her ass clean off that ledge, right? Now, you know little mama Sienna, she ain't no gangster. She probably gonna beg June to save her life, but what would be gangster is if she just step off her damn self. That'd be gangster. Creeps to come up to June and bring her face to face with Sienna. Tell me where they are, okay? Sienna's crying hard, baby. snot just dripping out her nose. Her and June grabbed hands together. They put their noggins together as if they talking to each other telepathically, right? Then June steps back. Sienna still with a face full of tears that's thicker than the rain that's falling down on her. June smiles just a little bit, right? Nods her head as to say, you got this, boo, right? Sienna say, without words, she didn't say it, but she said it without words, I know what need to be done. She was about to say, June, don't say nothing. But soon as she said June's name, boop, he pushed her ass right off too. He just pushed her to her death, creeps to stand, gives no fucks. None. They take June back to her cell. But this time, it looks like her room is inside of that room, in a little concrete pet carrier. She has to curl up in a little fetal position and stay that way until they come and retrieve her ass. Probably sitting up in there with all her piss and sweat. You know how the concrete just soaking it all up and you can smell it. It's hot. And she got these little holes. Just take breaths, as much breath as she can take. So Nick can command the law and stay out there chopping it up. You know what I'm saying? Nick like, hey, you owe me, dog. You owe me. I mean, after all, he did get him out of jail. You know what I'm saying? Get him back in a position of power, right? Commander Lawrence like, you know you can't save her. She will never come back to you. Why? Why would she after all? You know what I'm saying? He like, I know that. I just want her to stay alive. And he said, well, keep hope alive. You know what I'm saying? I can't stand Nick, y'all. I don't care how much he confesses his love for her. I cannot stand Nick, right? Well, his idea of helping June is getting her to talk. So basically he threatened Commander Lawrence like, you know, you getting real comfy up in here. And he's like, well, this is my house. He said, well, it was going to be somebody else's house, Commander Cooper or something like that, right? But if you want to keep this house, get June to talk, right? And I was like, how is that going to help June, Nick? Like I said, he wants to keep her alive by any means necessary. And if I was on the other side of things, if June talked, I'd have killed her ass right there if I was on the other side of things. Like, why they keep giving her so many passes is beyond me. Maybe she do got some divine intervention going on. Commander Lawrence is like, what you trying to say, dog? You owe me. What does that mean? You said that already. He said, well, I guess it bears repeating. Okay, so in her cell, June in there singing to herself, oh, baby, do you know what it's worth? They say heaven is a place on earth. This is a callback to when she was captured once before. Okay, let me tell y'all a little bit of secret right here. I always thought that line, that heaven is a place on earth, came from the Bible. Like God told us he was going to give us heaven on earth, right? So after everybody ascended up to the great whatever, when the last judgment day happened, we wasn't gonna be behind the pearly gates. We was gonna be right here on earth, some type of stuff like that. But I searched the Bible for a long time looking for that scripture and I never found it. So does it actually say in the Bible somewhere that heaven's supposed to be a place on earth or something along them lines? If y'all know, drop the Bible verse down in the comment section for me. You know what I'm saying? Let this heathen sinner, whatever. Fuck that. I'm a good girl. Just put it in the comment section for me. It's the next morning. Luke still has not headed to the march. I don't think he's going. But what he did do is get a persimmon. I can never pronounce that doggone word. He got that the plant. Earlier, Rachel had told him that was something that brought her family luck, or at least they believe so. So, hey, why not try? You got nothing else to lose, right? But I tell y'all, Jelly Bean is the most cutest of babies with those big blue eyes. Oh my gosh, she is so freaking adorable. I just want to hold somebody's baby in my arms right now, smell their little head. Oh, I miss the power of touch, and I love infants. Y'all know how I love me a goober. Jelly Bean is so cute. Anywho, June's cage pops open and she folds her way out of it onto the floor. Footsteps, red light, blackout, right? They done covered her doggone head up with a burlap bag, and when they remove it, she is sitting in front of a feast with Commander Lawrence. June like, what the hell is this, right? He like, eat up. You safer, ain't nobody gonna bother you here. I would just eat just to gain some strength. But just like her, she got her eyes on him. Like, what is going on? I don't trust nobody, right? June said, how you get here? He said, you know what, they needed me, you know, especially since we got 9 commanders in the hospital and 6 dead over some bad liquor. He know that was June. He know that was June. But I was like, damn, then everybody didn't die? What happened to the women? I need to know what happened to the girls. That's all I want to know. Well, enough of small talk. June, you gotta tell them where the handmaids are. I would be like, how the fuck should I know? I wasn't there when they left, right? But she put that spoon down like, okay, now I see where this going. I'm like, June, keep eating, get your strength up, grab some protein, grab some bread, eat, girl, okay? He like, you gotta tell me where they are because they planning on hurting Hannah. I was like, okay, I doubt very seriously they gonna hurt her. You know, they believe the children are the future, teach them well and let them lead the way. And June thinks about it for a hot second. She's like, no, not gonna do it. She felt like I did. Gilead would not hurt a child. He said, girl, bye. Girl, bye. They don't care about no damn children, but they care about his power. Okay, all that save the kids mumbo jumbo, it's a smoke screen. June said, well, I thought you was gonna clean all that up. Well, I can't do it from the end of a rope. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, June. This is where we at. So June said, well, in that case, go fuck yourself then. He said, okay, well, damn, I didn't want to have to do this. I can't begin to understand motherhood, but I did not think sacrificing your child was a part of it. So I was like, she should have ate more food. But alas, the ninja guardians, they come in, they whisk her away. She goes out to the hallway. Aunt Lydia like, you done fucked up now. You know you done fucked up right. Y'all know what movie that's from. Put it in the comment section. Anyway, June steps forward. And I'll be damned, there's Hannah Banana inside a glass cage, playing with a doll, just as comfortable, unscared as she could be. Then she turns around and she sees June and freaks the hell out. I mean, she's scurried to the other side of that cage, far away from her mama as possible, right? She wasn't worried that she was put inside of a glass cage, just but when she saw her mama face, I was like, maybe she believes she dead and she thinks she's seeing a ghost or something like that. But she was really freaked out by June. Creeps to stand didn't even have to ask this time. June is like, they at the Murals farmhouse, 13 miles west of Keys Farm. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, Glory Road. Go down there and get them, right? That's how June was. Like, and then I was like, why do we have to keep looking at June and stare at the damn camera? Ooh. Like I said, y'all, everything that June has done, the reckless, selfish behavior has been all for Hannah. Why would this time be any different? And honestly, how could any of us fault her for it? That is her baby. Well, out on the farm, the handmaids are sleeping peacefully. We pan over Alma, then Janine, and I got the wretched feeling in my stomach that this is going to be Janine's final goodbye, right? I mean, just thinking back on the fact that June said her name to Aunt Lydia, got my stomach in a twist. I'm like, please, don't let anything happen to Janine. Hell, I don't want anything to happen to Alma. But if you gotta take somebody, take Brianna. I mean, that's cruel, but if you gotta take somebody, or take one of the girls whose names we didn't even get a chance to know. But Janine, she wakes up to hearing dogs barking wildly. She goes to the window. A searchlight starts to pan the room. Footsteps enter her house. You hear the guardian yell. You hear Mr. Merle yell. 2 gunshots, pow pow, a woman yells. Then light comes through the door. Alma stands up. Everybody else follows suit. They burst in lights. We're blinding them, you know, blinding that searchlight, busting to the room. Lydia comes in, tells June, well, we got all the girls back. Thank you, you know what I'm saying? June looks at her and smiles and says, well, I'm ready. Ready for what? Ready for this to be over. You can just kill me now, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, that's what I would have did when she gave up the information, right? So Lydia's like, girl, no, we ain't finna kill you. We got too many handmaids gone. We got babies gone. All thanks to you. So again, June escapes death. She say, you girls are chosen by God. You know what I'm saying? Your duties must be fulfilled. So you went to a Magdalene colony. I was like, what the hell is that? It don't sound like the toxic waste colony because you can't make babies there. Basically, they field hands. During ovulation, the commander and his wife will come in and violate them. It's a breeding colony. All I keep thinking is about June. You finna put her back in there with the handmaids, with the that got a thirst for survival? Yeah, let's see how long that's gonna last. Okay? Let's see how long that's gonna last. Anywho, Aunt Lydia's like, well, everything that is and that will happen, it's all because you chose that. Your fault. Don't cry now. Don't cry no tears now. You chose this life. Same thing Luke was saying, right? And I was like, no, y'all chose this life for her. Everything she has done has been a result or a consequence of the life that y'all made for her. But she's like, oh, chin up, Jim. It's a new day. The start of a new adventure. I'm gonna say New Testament. You know, that's what the new book is called. The New Testament, the second book. Again, don't forget tomorrow is the giveaway, and the winner will be announced tomorrow. So she's off to the colony. I'm gonna stop for a second and I'm gonna record more. Okay, let me see. I'm back. So she's off to the colony, dressed in her bloody reds again, right? The Guardians let her out near a bridge, and who's on the other side? Nick. I don't know if June is relieved or disgusted. You know what I'm saying? I'm both, actually. He tells her that Hannah Banana is back home safe, and June is like freaking out at the fact that Hannah was scared of her. He tells her, you know, sorry, I had to do what I had to do, but don't trip off the fact that Hannah's scared. That girl loves you. She loves her mama. I love you. And I'm like, fuck you, Nick. That's just how I feel. I just can't. So a vehicle approaches to come get her, and her and Nick, they forehead to forehead. I guess they don't have to hide now. Is that what it is? Like, when she turned back and ran to him and kissed him, I'm like, come on now, y'all doing too much. Because whoever in that vehicle would not allow that to happen, right? Nick would be hanging on the wall for having that type of relationship with the freaking handmaid, especially the fucking handmaid that's on the run. They would be assuming that he was helping her all along. At least I would, with that display of affection. Y'all gonna let them do that whole full frontal kiss with the fingers in the hair? She still love him. She still loving him the same way she feel that Serena's still her friend. And believe me, she still believe that. Anyway, each time we see a vehicle traveling down the road, I don't know if y'all pick this up, the density of the trees is a little thicker. It gets less thicker with each scene, with each aerial view of the vehicle, right? Right now, we're on a wide open road. Bright red vehicle filled with bright red handmaids inside. Janine starts to humming. I've been working on the railroad, right? But she got this crazy look in her eye. She only got one good eye, right? Alma looks at June like, damn sis, but I guess I understand, right? Then they approach a railroad crossing. The driver's like, we're gonna be here a minute because it's gonna be a train passing, right? So he asked Lydia, is it cool if I go drain the lizard, right? Aunt Lydia like, cool, no, do your thing, you know, nature calls. June look at her. Like, he really left us in this van with you, the fragile one, right? The feeble one. Okay. Aunt Lydia, she seemed a little bit nervous, but she tried to play it off with small talk. Then I'ma look at her like, I ain't going back. I'm on the edge of my seat, y'all, because again, Janine or Alma not gonna make it past this episode. At first I was thinking it was Janine, but Alma got me real weary right now, right? So June looked down at the little cattle prod that Aunt Lydia holding. Baby, you could see the fear building up in Aunt Lydia's eyes, her whole body and her frame and everything, right? Especially since all the handmaids are now throwing looks back at each other. She's like, They don't even need to say a word. I'm getting excited. Rebel, y'all. Rebel. That's how I'm feeling, right? June jumped up and pinned down Aunt Lydia. She was about to beat the shit out of her with that pride. I'm like, do it. Do it. Do it. She don't. Why does Aunt Lydia and June get so many doggone lives? I swear for goodness. Alma came back to the doggone van like, June, let's go. Let's get it. We can beat this train, right? Oh boy, I already said it's going to be a minute. Let's get it. Let's go. June decided not to beat the shit out of Aunt Lydia like she should have done, right? But as soon as she dropped the cattle prod, why drop the cattle prod? As soon as she dropped the cattle prod, Aunt Lydia started screaming. You could have at least knocked her ass out, bloodied her mouth or something, you know. But they didn't, okay? So they started running, trying to beat that train, right? Lydia's still screaming, help, help. The Guardian comes out of nowhere. He got his gun, fires off a shot. Down goes the handmaid. Okay, so they killed the handmaid whose name I didn't know. They did what I asked them to do. But damn it, he aims again. Pow! Down goes another. Janine and June make it across. But as soon as Alma put one foot on that track, that train, pow! Smacked the life out of her, Brianna, whoever the third girl was. There was not even a trace of them on the track. It's all on the front of that train. Not a trace of them. That's a fucked up way to die. Y'all let my girl go out like that. Then all of a sudden we see Alma's face. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? Wait, was it all a dream? This was what June was hoping was going to happen? Are they still alive? They all sleeping in the gym? They talking about the first night they got to the Magdalene County? No. This was all a flashback. They done took us back to when they first all got there together. Talked about how they all slept together in a gymnasium. They learned how to be quiet and read each other's lips. You know what I'm saying? You know, everybody was telling each other their names, Janine and Moira. I was like, wait, Moira that too? Yeah, they went that far back. Janine had just got her eye taken. I was like, this is too much. This too much right here. This too much. Oh, that's how they ended the episode. With everybody laying there on one of the first days, holding hands, being there for each other. I realized Janine didn't have nobody holding her hand. Originally when she introduced herself, she did, but when they showed the aerial shot, she was just laying there in the center, and you don't know it was Janine because she had a patch. Yeah, everybody else was like locked together. That was a good episode. That was a good episode, y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for being patient. Thank y'all for always coming back. I will see y'all tomorrow on Thursday for Handmaid's Tale episode 4. But right now, again, this has been episode 3. What was it called, y'all? The Crossing. Y'all have a good one. Peace.